Hello everyone, welcome back to the Superlunary podcast. It's your host Inigo Diago, and I'm joined by with my co-host Aya,
Hello, everyone.
Abby Joyce,
Hello, guys.
Jabez,
Hi guys.
and Levy Joy.
Hi.
First and foremost, it's been a few weeks in our August. Let me check on how you are guys doing. How's your August going?
You know what? This month
Yeah,
lang. Um,
this first few,
this
first few
certain
weeks.
someone named Jabez influenced
Oof.
me on joining the K-pop industry.
What?
This
Nice.
Oh
man,
no.
You have
I
this
did
man has
not.
been ruining my life for 1
I
month.
did what? I did not influence her to
I said,
listen to
Defensive
I
K-pop.
yours.
said talaga before, sabi ko, hindi ako magjo-join ng K-pop. Tapos tingnan mo ngayon.
No, you
Spoke
did.
into existence.
You did not.
You did not.
That's my whole August. Please blame
nice.
Jabez.
Bakit ako?
Cancel Jabez 2021.
Cancel
Why?
Jabez.
I did not influence her. Okay. I did not.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Me naman,
Anyway, what
nag-ano
about
ko.
others?
Nag-ano? No.
Nagano? Huh?
Kasi parang August ko. Okay, Christina naman influenced me to watch a series.
Oh, yes.
So parang,
What kind of series?
it's called Anne with an E. And it's so pretty and it's so cute. Kasi I want their era.
Already? I think I've watched
Yeah,
that.
I want to go back to that era. Char, kala mo ganun yung Philippines before. Pero yan,
Oh my gosh.
what do you call that? Series marathon? It's not movie marathon. Basta parang binge-watch ko yung
Probably series.
3 seasons
Binge-watch, yeah.
for like 3 days or 4 days. Binge-watch ko lang.
Wow.
Di, may tulog naman, may kain. Wala, nag-binge-watch lang ako. So, yeah, that's mine.
It's good. I recommend that series.
Yes, we
also.
recommend that.
And what about the others?
Yun ako. Isang buwan.
Yun ikaw.
Kakastart pa lang ng sem break ko.
Ay, sana all.
Nice.
Sem break natin.
Yo!
Wow.
Pero ayun,
Yes!
kung may kilala kayo dyang manager sa Axie, just PM me.
Manager sa
Wait lang.
Why?
Nag-apply ako scholar, guys.
Wait lang, bakit ang hype ng axing?
Siyempre, malaki
Hindi,
kitaan
Axie,
doon ngayon eh.
It's like investment ba?
Wait lang, hindi pa
Oh,
ba nagsistart summer niya?
Legit
What?
ba yun?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just started. Like, actually, mga late July. Kasi yung late July na yun yung wala na talaga kami ginagawa.
True.
Mga last week of July.
True.
And so how long was your summer though?
2 months.
And I think we're gonna be...
I think 2 months pa rin.
Baka October.
Oh.
October. First week siguro.
Damn.
Yes.
Damn, like that.
Nagkabaliktaran lang ng summer. Ikaw, Jay, how's
And then,
Pampanga?
nagsisira. It's okay here, but it's just the same as last year.
Di ba,
Nice.
Kuya Joy,
I
you're
mean-
doing, roller skates?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Talk
Di
about
ba,
Yeah.
I started roller skating na. Rollerblading.
Wow.
Rollerblading. Kasi wala nang pasok, hindi
Nice.
na masyadong stress sa schoolworks. And it's actually a good outdoor activity.
True.
Kasi you're not isolated anymore. I mean, because siguro pag may pasok ka or you have online class, parati ka na sa room and then you feel isolated. You feel,
Yes.
you know,
May fresh air
Yeah.
ka
you
na.
could feel nyo din yun.
Sa-
And I really suggest that you guys should find or look for outdoor activities.
Actually,
It can make you unwind.
Actually, gusto ko nga matry yung sumama sa mga nagbabike.
Yung mga
Like
nagki-trekking
lately talaga sa church.
malalayo.
Like sa church namin.
Mountain
Like-
biking?
Basta yung biking yan.
Yung parang
Yung parang
like
From one city
cross,
to
Like,
another.
cross
yung mga
city
ganyan.
na.
Parang ang sarap lang, curious lang ako i-try kung kaya kong gawin yan.
You can.
If you have
Yeah,
bike,
Yeah,
yun,
if you
not?
have a bike.
yun yung ko problema. Walang bike.
Kuha ka muna
Wala
Wala
bike.
akong
lang.
bike.
First, get a bike.
Kaya,
But you have other
bike
things to
muna.
buy too.
How about
Anyway,
you,
yeah.
Vince? Wala.
yeah, how about
Yeah.
you?
I guess the past few weeks were just all very sudden since we came back home to Duma all of a sudden, other and I just got my vaccine.
Oh,
Stopped
yeah.
Sana all.
streaming for a while.
Sana all.
Yeah.
Oh, I also got
Yeah, I
my
got my
vaccine
yeah.
pala
Gosh,
this
when are you
morning.
turning into zombie?
Yeah, nice. We started getting vaccines, which is very good, and I stopped streaming because of internet issues, I guess.
Oh, okay.
The
And
signal's low
oh,
there.
for
On
sure,
bars.
yeah. Yeah, it's very slow.
Happy
Because like
corn
many
bars.
people are using the internet, so
Carbon.
I can't like use it
Uh-uh.
by my own, so it
Yeah.
sucks. Um, and I guess it's very weird starting off the school year since there's so many blockmates of mine left, and it's kind of like
Oh.
it's
Aw.
a weird
Sad.
feeling that
Where did they go?
yeah
Did they
you
shift?
wish to like meet, yeah, we shift, transferred,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and dropped, yeah.
Oh.
So it's kind of weird and a weird adjustment to see them like leave and such. But it's cool that new people came too. So yeah, to start off the episode, we're gonna be talking about the misunderstood traits of Gen Z. The most
Oh.
misunderstood, most looked down, the most,
Stereotype.
I don't know, just anything about this generation is always gonna be said something bad. So
Okay.
we're gonna be talking about the traits. Let me point out some traits. Let's talk about them one by one and see and give our thoughts about what they all are about. So the first myth, there's one myth or a trait also. There's one myth that we don't care about politics.
No.
What do you think
That's
of
a
that?
big
Do we
fat no.
not care about politics?
For
that
real? Parang
Like-
tayo nga yung pinaka-aware
That's
sa
that's the
politics.
myth. That's
Is
a
it a
myth.
myth?
Honestly.
Oh,
Oh, that's a
okay.
myth. Yeah, that's not
When
a
some,
fact.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not a fact.
Never
That's
gonna be.
very
Mm-mm.
that's very evident to our society. I mean generation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been so involved with politics. I guess we're so involved,
Yes,
too
so
involved,
involved. Yes. I agree.
too involved in politics,
Mm-mm.
in which there's so many donation drives kickstarted
Yes,
by
organizations and stuff.
yeah
Mm.
organizations by kids like us, people of our age, starting things, creating charity drives, and so much. And I believe that what it's like really the misunderstood part of us. It's because like we're young and we involved ourselves to politics.
Right. But
And
like how did they come up with that myth? Like maybe it's because they think that we're just like, the techie, all technology based.
They
yeah,
think we're just people or like having fun. Yeah. Doesn't care
Like
about the world like that.
I wonder how they formed that myth kasi like maybe it's the generation kasi with like the advanced technology and like they see us
Mm.
just on our phones
Yeah,
and
I
like
think
just
Yeah.
that's one of
watching.
the reason. Like, kasi mostly ngayon, halos, yung mga like 5 years old below, marunong na ano eh,
iPad
marunong na
kids.
yeah, iPad and
Apple
Mm.
kids.
like, paglain nila, like yung iba na, hindi, mostly, ang life lang nila, nasa social media like that. So, I think the parents doesn't, the adults think we don't care.
Yeah, it's like we're stereotyped as people who are like stuck with our phones
Yeah, but they
and
don't
only
know.
very
Right. They don't know what's inside our phones.
yeah.
On
They
another
just know that we're
perspective
just
naman, kasi I do feel like
Yeah,
the
continue.
older generations aren't that, compared to us kasi, di ba, parang, we're always on technology, social media, and compared to their generations na hindi sila masyadong exposed to that social media. So, they don't see kung ano yung ginagawa ng generation natin on how we educate people, on how we
Right.
spread awareness, diba? Kasi parang, hindi naman sa magkaiba, pero there's, right now, parang I see a gap, a thin ba? Parang thick line of gaps on how we are so
Probably.
into technology. While on their generation, parang hindi, di ba, parang TV pa nga yung news nila, sa atin, Twitter na yung news. Parang, I feel
Supreme
like they
Court of
don't
Twitter.
see us. Supreme Court of Twitter. I feel like they don't see us na may ginagawa. Kasi nga, they're not on the same area as ours. Ganun.
Yeah, the thing is, you said a fact that they watch TV and we use the phone. In that thought, it's like they only depend on what's being reported,
Yes.
and we us the generations have a generation have the chance to look more into it than
Right.
just listening to the report of something.
Agree.
And so we look at the more deeper detail than compared to the what's given in the report, which is like the surface level of the story. Yeah, that's a good point, Abs.
I think
Nice.
another reason, a lot of families here, mostly every family here in the Philippines doesn't like. I think they don't involve their children in talking about like these issues, like politics. Like, bihira yung family na nag-uusap about ganyan. Politics.
Yeah, it's always like parang nagiging a sin. It becomes like a sin to like talk about politics in the table
Yeah.
I think
whenever there's like a
Especially
family
I
meeting.
think
joke.
iniisip nila na, but like many people or adults think that you're not yet capable of understanding this stuff. So
Right.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
And they're always like exclude your thought about that, and so parang we just like they always think that we don't really have a word to these types of topics. We don't have like a say. We don't have that type of platform to have a say about these type of things. And so and that trait is pretty much false. We are very involved in politics.
Yeah.
true. I think that's true.
It's very obvious.
Like,
very.
May mga like napaka ng lalo na sa Twitter,
Yeah.
tsaka sa Facebook. Like,
Yeah.
And I feel like maaga tayong namulat. I mean, hindi lang tayo yung...
No, I can't agree with that.
What?
Kasi sa time ko, well, I'm 2 years older than you guys.
The time goes parang
Walang ganap na ganyan sa amin, sa generation.
I think
Walang ganap na
siguro
ganyan.
nag-start.
It's been,
Sige.
Continue.
You can finish.
parang naging active lang siya. Like,
Yeah.
parang ngayon, mas madami na ngayon. Dati, I can't, parang wala akong naririnig sa mga kabatch ko na they're really fighting for cause. Walang ganyan. I mean, meron, pero hindi pa siya ganun ka vocal or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Parang may pagtago pa na.
Hindi pa tayo like
Kasi
confident.
Ngayon kasi very voice out
yeah.
na natin.
I think
Wala pa kasi tayong, we didn't have a voice before.
Yeah, I think wala.
What was your thought, Jabez?
I think parang I'm not sure, but maybe it's because a lot of teachers, yung SONA, feeling ko na may mga part rin yung mga ganun like makinig kayo
Yung
ng
reaction
SONA.
paper.
Yeah, like that. And
And
syempre pag nagiging use, lalo na yung mga lalo na yung elections and yung mga nangangampanya. I think nung grade 10 tayo or mga naintindihan na natin. Parang dahil nga parang medyo may understanding na tayo kahit papaano. Parang naano na rin tayo. Like we think we already know, or I think we have a little bit understanding of politics that, and then lumaki lang siya.
Yeah.
To this
That's
point.
very true. And so
Can I share something about my experience? Kasi I've joined rally dati 2 years ago, and I tell you, it's a big deal. I mean, big deal talaga siya sa family ko. Especially sa mga cousins ko and sa mga
Why is that?
relatives. Kasi they're like calling me, parang ginajoke nila ako na, ay, activist na ka, ganun. Nag-rally ka. Parang ang big deal para sa kanila. Where ako naman, nandyan ako just to experience, just to know about the story behind why do people do this, why do people do rallies. Parang gusto ko sa personally ma-understand and ma-experience. Pero sa kanila parang big deal, parang halaban ko na daw yung government. Yeah, tapos parang they're bonded with the old tradition na dapat. Basta nga, iba talaga yung
May stigma pa
yung
sila.
thinking nila.
What did you feel during the time?
may stigma.
What did you feel?
I was like, sabi ko, parang gusto ko din na parang awayan sila. Pero it's not the way of educating them or
Yeah, that's very
parang
true.
to share them information. Sabi ko, it doesn't, kung nandun ka personally, you can feel them. You can feel the aura. You can feel everything. You can feel the passion, the pain, the agony ng mga tao nandun sa rally. Ako, wala naman akong pinaglalaban doon. Pumunta lang kasi ako doon para makita ko, ma-witness ko. So sabi ko, kaya nyo nasasabi yan kasi you've never been there. Sabi ko sa mga cousin ko, you've never been there. Wala kayong alam. You just, kung ano lang nakita nyo sa TV, sa television, sa news, yun lang yung pumapasok sa utak nyo. Pero sometimes, hindi covered lahat. Hindi covered lahat ng nasa news, sa TV. Hindi nila covered lahat. So parang, kaya pala, may realization ako kasi nandun ako mismo. So parang, in line with what we are talking about, parang may connections. So parang, ayun, sabi ni Aya, parang stigma pa talaga yun.
That's good.
A lot of people.
Kasi like, in a way, parang na-enlighten ka with all. I mean, I haven't joined a rally, pero I've yet to join one. And I think parang, yeah, like your experience, it's something na we all need. Kasi it's very grounding, I think. It's very grounding to see these people, like, what they're fighting for. And in a way, parang, this is also like, breaking out the myth that we Gen Z people are not like into politics. Parang this is the chance na parang we could start like educating people about rallies, ganon, or like through our experiences, since most of our generations nga is like involved in these petitions, in these rallies, which is good.
I see. Yeah, that's a good point. Which is like we really don't know what they feel until we're like with them, than just behind the TV, the tech, the cell phone. Everything is just different. Even I'm honestly saying, even the news, for sure, everything is gonna be filtered out. It's an inevitability, of course, and it's been honestly reoccurring thing, and I don't think that it'll have that end yet, that reoccurring filter. But there's so many news sources, there's so many like things like Rappler and other news outlet in the internet, which posts like unfiltered news.
Right.
And nowadays you just gotta find that right news outlet to source out the unfiltered news. And yeah, that's the first myth. The second myth, it says here, a trait.
A trait.
They don't like socializing in person. We're not sociable. What do you think of that?
50-50.
I think this trait is somewhat true, somewhat false. Depends, I think, on the people and the people. Like me, I like socializing with people, like physically. Di ko kayo mag-ipag-usap sa di ko kilala sa chat ng ano. Yung chat lang . Hindi ko kayang gawin
Yeah.
yun. Like,
Ikaw ah.
and meron akong kakilala, hindi nila, parang in personal, parang may kita mo, hindi siya, tahimik siya, pero marami pala siyang friends, sa online, like that. So, yun yung, I think, siya, 50-50, trait.
Mm.
Right? I think,
Yeah.
that's my, that's my thought.
Yeah,
I
and
think
so
naman kasi,
sige, go.
sige. Okay. I think kasi, di ba nga, yun nga, yung generation natin, we're like glued sa phones natin, sa mga gadgets natin. So, they think, and they, parang ina-observe nila tayo on, like, isolating ourselves, parang ganun. Kasi parang, they say, true nga to, di ba? Parang we use our phones kapag may mga social gatherings and we don't want to socialize with people. We use our phones para lang hindi makakausap ng people. So, I feel like yun yung major factor kasi we're always on our phones. Yun.
Yeah, and when it comes to that nga, like, yes, we're on our phones, pero kasi there's still the fact that we just don't want to like 24/7 like on screen kasi syempre like masakit yan sa mata, masakit yan sa ulo. So despite being on our phones, we still like crave that social life then. I mean like face to face. It because in a sense it helps connect with other people. Like hindi mo ano tawag dito? You can't really sense the person's presence through online.
Yeah, hindi mo ma-feel yung pagiging genuine,
Yeah.
like reaction, feeling.
So like in a way, our generation still does have that craving for social connections and stuff. And it's not true na totally gone na yun because we're on our phones. In a way, the phones will act as like another channel then to keep up with that, like your connection through face to face. Like hindi mo siya nakakausap like in person, so like we use our phones and stuff like that. And we tend to keep updating each other like through online ganon. So that's why I guess they
Yeah.
would see us glued to our phones, or like we're also very entertained with it kasi. So
Yeah, parang nagiging, I guess, shield natin yung
Yeah,
pag-talk
yes.
lang through online. Do you feel that way, Abby?
What? The what?
Do you feel that way? Parang nagiging shield yung online conversations
Honestly, ako,
compared to...
kasi ginagamit ko yun talaga for shoot. I mean, most of the time kasi parang I'm mostly exposed sa people. And it's like I always isolate myself through using yung phone. Yun ba yung question nyo? Tama ba? Or mali?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I was just asking kung nagiging shield ba sa'yo.
I have one perspective on that though.
What is it?
I do feel like yung less of our talking, well, on my side kasi ganito, it's like I don't involve in idle talk. Parang if there's nothing good about our conversation, kunwari, if I won't learn something from you, ganyan, why would I talk pa? Ganun. Parang ganun. Pero syempre, not always
Wait.
naman learn.
Firstly, define idle talk in your perspective.
On my perspective, kasi idle talking, it's like, I'm not gaining, you're not also gaining. Parang we don't learn from each other. Well, di kasali dun yung getting to know. Syempre, that's part of building friendship, ganyan. Pero like, if we will talk about something that are useless, basta parang useless talk lang na kung ano-ano yung mga pag-uusapan natin na wala namang kwenta. Why bother to talk pa? Parang ganun. On my point lang. I'm not sure on other Gen Zs. Yeah.
I guess I already said the things that needed to be said, in which we also need that craving
Yes.
to socialize in person. I think for me, I think nowadays I tend to realize that we we want to be outside more. We want to socialize, even though there's like so many the social norms,
Mm-hmm.
things to worry about, things to take care of, things to words that to watch out to not use. I think nowadays and this generation it's so difficult to to say something without offending.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so much things that we need to look out, and like we are scared to say something bad
Right.
because people nowadays are more vocal in pointing out the wrongs in what we say compared to before in which they just let it pass.
Mm-mm.
But I think that's a good thing that we are all getting like that energy to point out the wrongs, but at the same time it's completely very scary to even the podcast alone just speaking some certain thoughts that may go against some type of topic and which causes a ruckus
Mm-mm.
or causes an issue also in which that
Mm.
when two things don't align it's already a problem.
It's like ang bilis
And I,
mag-friendship over.
yeah,
True, true. Yeah.
I guess that's cancel culture then in general
Yeah,
in a nutshell.
Oh,
I
yes.
think.
Mm. But it says here also in the article that Gen Z also prefer to socialize in person.
Yes.
That's
And
true. That's true.
yeah, that's very true. And I'm not gonna go against it because even I, even the because of this time and we are in this pandemic, we always are now craving for um socializing in person and that energy.
Mm.
Yeah.
We constantly and we really need now.
Really.
True. That's true.
And like if
But
you
yeah,
say that you don't need like in real life friends, then like you have online friends. I've been there, done that. Before
it's just two different things.
I was like, oh, I don't need like in person friends. I have online friends and stuff. But there's also like this like it's subconscious that you want to see your online friends, like you're curious about them, like what do they look like, who are they in real
Yeah.
life, so in a way, if you I'm not trying to judge anyone, but like in a way you still sort of crave that subconsciously, that social interaction in real life. So Gen Z, we know you're sad boys and sad girls, but we do hot girls.
Let's
It's
go.
a given fact.
Yeah.
It's a given fact. We're all sad boys and sad girls and stuck in our own fantasies of talking
Mm-hmm.
to our cravings, to reach our cravings and talk about the person that really we really want, which we struggle in because of social norms in games, in social games. It's really hard. Honestly, it's really hard to be in to if you're planning to be in love in this generation. It's really hard. It's
Yes.
really difficult. Um. Okay, that's one thing.
That's
The
one thing.
third thing is oh, what do you call this? Their idols are just famous for being famous. Our idols are
What do you mean?
just pe- it means like when older generations look at our idols in which like, for example, you idolize Ariana Grande, you idolize Selena Gomez, you idolize Frank Ocean or Kanye West, and they look at those people as very sometimes reckless. They had drug addictions, they
Ah.
had problems,
Mm.
and they just look at them like they're just famous for being famous. They're doing nothing. They're just
Ah.
crackheads and all that.
Mm.
But they don't understand why we idolize them.
Ah.
Wow.
And that's
Really?
like
They think that
Oh.
way?
if you think about it, when we were watching YouTube and it's kind of like for me, um what do you call this? I back then when I was young, I
Mm.
watched YouTube, and the YouTuber I was watching constantly curses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a huge part of me learned English through him and his content and his entertainment. But the people around me, even my mother, notices that he's very vulgar and it's bad for me to watch him.
Mm.
And that time I couldn't say what I want to say, but the thing is, it coincides with this topic, with this myth that they just think that they're just famous. They're just people we idolize, and because we want to do what they want, and we are entertained about their violence and their vulgarity. But the reason is they don't know why,
Mm.
because we are inspired by them. We are inspired by their actions, in which our peers or the people that around us don't even aren't even aware about. And like I have a inspiration, a very very big inspiration to Kanye West,
Mm-hmm.
and the public eye to Kanye West is he's crazy, he's bipolar, he's divorced, he has kids, and he has problems, and he has weird actions going on in his life. But for me, I look at him as a very creative, very a misunderstood, very creative, misunderstood artist that has so much potential and has brought so much things
Mm-hmm.
and music and artistry that people ignored it and focused on his bad sides. And that's my example. What about you guys? What are your examples? What idols do you think? What idols do you have, or just favorite actors, favorite artists that you're afraid to share to other people?
I think, sa akin, wala naman. I don't have. Kasi, I think, alam naman nila lahat sa akin. And, di naman siguro sila, kasi yung aking gustong artist, syempre, nung tinitignan ko sila, wala, like, they're not that kind of artist na, like, yung, katulad ng iba, na, karamihan kasi, di ba, mostly ng mga American artists is merong, anong tawag dito? Minsan meron silang addiction sa drugs, pero hindi naman sila, gumagawa ng masama, and meron pa rin silang, pero yung pina-follow ko kasi wala. Mostly,
Mm.
nung lahat ng traits na napita ko, as an artist na, yun nga, kasi K-pop artist kasi sila, so, pero, pero actually, ang dami kong nabasang testimonies ng yung mga staff ng mga award shows or mga, basta kahit sinong staff ng kahit anong show. And yung pina-follow kong artist is lagi nilang bukang bibig na like down to earth. Like,
Mm.
mostly
Mm.
yung mga artist kasi sa K-pop pag magbabaw sila or magigreet sila, hindi nila i-greet lahat. Syempre i-greet nila yung directors, mga producers, pero common staff lang na like janitors or something, hindi nila i-greet. Pero yung pina-follow ko kasi, like lahat ng staff, I think, ayun, sinasabi nila, binabati sila, kinakamusta sila, like that. And sometimes they even help, fixing the chairs, and they're fixing the chairs, and all of them are girls na. So, yun,
Yeah.
girl group stan
Mm.
ako So, like, ganun. Tapos, this, pandemic, I think some of them donated to the, for COVID, I think, and some of them even volunteered for, like, animal shelters. Like, I think, mostly, ayun, and, siguro, siya, kaya ganun yung thinking ng mga parents or some adults is, mahirap, sa bagay, kung ako rin naman, parang, sa akin lang, mahirap rin naman, malaman na, kung mabait ba yung tao, yung, or, I mean, may maganda ba siyang ginagawa or may naaambag ba siya sa culture or ganyan. Kasi nga nakikita nila nasa news parang mali like that. Pero hindi kasi nila fina-follow 'di ba? Hindi naman nila kinikilala yung artist or actors, actresses na 'yon. But
Yeah.
minsan di nila alam yung yung ginagawa niyang yun na bad traits na yun nung past pa pala ng artist na yun. Like, kasi maraming ganun na actor Marami akong kilalang actor na ganun na they're like in their past they just do things like that are bad, drugs, like they wasted their life, but in the end after some point they turn their life around and they don't even do that anymore. But syempre sa ating mga adults or sa mga adults nating mga parents natin, mostly di nila titignan yun Kasi ang naaalala lang nila, ay nag-drugs to, ay nag-ano to, like ganto to. Pero kasi nga di naman nila fina-follow yun. Di nila gustong kilalanin. Di nila gustong i-explore yung taong yun. So I think that's one reason kung bakit maraming mga parents na nagagalit or sometimes na hindi sila nagiging natutuwa sa mga artist na or actors, actresses na parang gusto nating makita, gusto nating pinapanood natin, pinapakinggan natin like that.
Yeah.
I want to add something doon.
Go.
When they say that we follow people just based on like their popularity dahil famous sila ganon. In the first place, I guess, why do you think they became famous? Kasi maybe it's pure luck, pero kasi people, celebrities, influencers like that, hindi sila tumatagal sa industry like the popularity, like the fame and fortune.
Yeah.
Hindi sila
That's true.
tumatagal just because of fame. There's a reason why they're famous. Like they're famous for a reason.
True.
So in that sense, like our generation, we looked at more of their personality, I guess, like how they relate to us, not just based on the numbers, not just based on the views, the likes, whatever. It's how they impact our personal life. Kasi for me, I have idols, I have people I follow in the music industry, and they've helped me through some tough times in my life. And so with that sense, it's not just because people like them and then you're just doing like bandwagon things. It's you stay with them and you follow them because they have a purpose in your life. And
Yeah.
But I think I will add to that. I think kasi yung mga artist na yan, like yung mga like we listen to, we watch, I think sometimes we relate to them. Kasi minsan ka-age, like madalas sa time na yun, mga ka-age natin yung like katulad nila yung ibang artist na magugulat ka na lang ka-age mo pala siya, like that. And sometimes same kayo ng hobby, same kayo ng and hindi naman porket famous na siya nung umpisa Yun yung misunderstanding ng marami na hindi nila alam na nung una hindi siya ganito. Nung una wala namang nakikinig sa kanya, nung una walang nanonood sa kanya. Pero I think yung marami rin naman kasi ngayon sa panahon natin ngayon. Porket naging famous yung artist, yun nga. Maraming nagiging bandwagon. And I think nakaka-add sila sa misunderstanding ng mga mga adult kasi minsan yung pagiging bandwagon nila is like yung toxic nature ng toxic nature like that kasi I think minsan kahit like yung nakikipag-away sila pag may sinabi kang ganyan. So, I think nakaka-influence rin yun sa understanding ng parents na, ay, bakit nakikipag-away tong anak ko? Siguro yung artist na to, ganito rin, ganyan. So,
Parang may kasalanan din yung artist na ina-idolize natin na gabay
which
ganyan
is,
yung actions natin.
which is hindi nila alam na which is hindi totoong yung artist yung nagsabing ganyan. Kasi, madalas naman kasi sa minsan kasi pag mga bata, lalo na madalas kasi, dahil nga sa maaga silang namulat sa social media and maaga silang namulat sa internet, madalas pag mga ganyan, like, hindi nila naiintindihan yun. And talagang makikipag-away sila, like, war sila basta may mali ka lang na nagawa, mali kang post or something na bakit di mo, may something kang against dun sa nila, yung na-idol nila, yun, aawain ka nila. And that's, I think, one reason rin kung bakit ganun yung understanding ng mga adult sa mga natin. Yeah.
On another point naman, kasi I saw another perspective dun sa sinabi ni Aya. Yes, yung personality, big impact yun for us. But I think for our generation sa Gen Z, we also look at how important their talent is. Diba? Kasi parang sa music industry, hindi ka naman sisikat if you don't have talent, ganyan, or connection lang ba yan, or something. Pero what I love about this generation is we're very appreciative. I mean, kahit local ka, kahit international ka, wherever ka man galing, you're always appreciated. Na parang very important yung talent sa atin, and hindi lang sa kung ano yung state mo ng life, kung sino ka ba, kung anak ka ba, kung si Stormy ka ba.
Stormy.
Like that. Story baby!
Stormy baby.
So,
Story.
Pero for me, it's very important na yung generation natin, parang pinaka-favorite part ko rin sa Gen Z is very appreciative tayo, and hindi tayo tumitingin sa pag tumitingin tayo, pinaka-important sa atin pag nag-idolize is yung talent, yes, yung personality, and yung stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Professional.
Kasi hindi mo naman ipa-follow yung hindi mo yung walang
Yes.
Sana kita ng artist na like, magpa-follow ka na hindi naman hindi mo gusto yung hindi mo gusto yung music, hindi mo siya gusto, like walang ganun.
True.
Nami-misunderstood kasi yung term na parang idolize. Parang nagiging, I guess for conservatives, I guess iniisip nila yung idolizing someone is like becoming the second god.
Yeah.
So, nagiging parang whole being mo is blamed on the actions of other person because you idolize them. In which hindi naman. People tend to misinterpret the two words, idolize and taking inspiration. We're inspired, so which has effect to what we do, but not everything we do. Idolizing is following, parang nagiging religion na yung isang bagay, isang person, in which hindi naman talagang ganun. So, na-overcompensate yung meaning or yung things na in that term na parang it's a big deal and nakakatakot for the older generations of us looking up to people like that.
Yeah.
In which they should not do.
Mm.
What about you, Joy? Do you have an idol that you are afraid to talk about to other people?
There's no specific person. Kasi, pero pag sa family, I don't share, like, I don't really share, like, my thoughts about a specific person or singer or actor. Kasi hindi nila mag-gets or hindi nila gusto yun, like, sa family ko. Pero pag friend or casual lang na talk, like sa friend or sa mga kaklase ko, naman, na parang na ibabahagi ko din naman yung mga favorite ko ng mga artists. Wala,
Mhm.
I guess.
All right. Um, I guess let's head to the last two misunderstood traits of the Gen Z. Um, the other one is, what do you call this? They aren't prepared for the business world.
Mm.
Oh.
Are we?
I think
Are we prepared?
I think that's debatable.
That's very debatable.
Yeah. Because hindi lahat ng tao, hindi lahat ng nasa generation natin is interested.
Yeah.
Pero mostly marami. Lalo na sa panahon nga. Like,
And privilege.
And I think, lalo na sa ngayon,
With,
like, marami akong nakikita na like, age ko na gustong magtrabaho, online job, lalo, tas ngayon, yung mga investments, like that. And, pero marami ring hindi interested. Like, they don't care about that. Sometimes. Pero, like me, I think nagkaroon ako ng interest. Personal experience. Ngayon, I think this 2020, like that. Like, na-realize ko, oh my, ang hirap ng walang pera, ang hirap ng walang
It's the
trabaho,
pandemic
like that.
for me.
Yeah. And actually, ayun nga, like now, gusto ko lalo na sa mga ngayon, like in investing, gusto ko talaga matuto mag-invest. Like, I'm actually, asking my dad na tulungan niya ako. I mean,
Mm-mm.
give, like, kung pwede ba niya akong, investan, like that. I think, rin kasi mostly ng mga ngayon, marami nga ngayon, sa generation kasi natin, like, gusto nila, curious sila sa mga ganyan eh. Nagiging curious sila if kaya ba nila mag-invest, kaya nila mag-online job, kaya nila mag-ganto. And mostly, namumulat tayo sa ganyan eh. Lalo na sa yung papuntang college. Kasi mostly, marami namang hindi ganun. Like, there are just, for, their scholarships like that. And they also want to try. So, because of that, they look for ways to earn more. Like that.
Yeah, and I observed
parang
I observe sa generation natin that we like to be independent. We strive to be independent
True.
at like a young age.
That's true.
Sobrang,
That's
like, we seek independency very
Yes.
early.
That's why we go into like the business. That's why we start entrepreneurship and
Yeah.
stuff.
Like, but hindi, like, example lang yung sa mga, di ba, pag nasa tayo, school, like, someone will do stuff, make stuff, and sell it to the classroom. Like that.
That's already business, yeah.
So, I think talagang,
it
Yeah.
happens to me a lot. Kasi
oh, okay.
entrepreneurs.
Okay. Pero yung simpleng ganun lang, like, gagawa ka ng Graham balls, tapos bibenta mo.
Graham
Tas-
balls is
Like, business, hindi pa ba magiging business-minded yun? Like,
No.
Yeah.
What? Ano, parang may masasabihin ka ata.
Okay na. Tapos,
Yeah.
okay na.
Okay na pala yun.
Ang
nawala
solid
eh.
ng pagka-end ng sentence.
Tuloy.
Go.
Ako may sasabihin. Based on my observation, dati kasi, nung mga high school ata, I was really focused on what to take sa college na course. Ano yung kukunin kong course. And I was thinking, maybe maging architect ako in the future, or maging doctor ako in the future, or somewhere like there. Somewhere like that. And then, nung nag-college ako, there are lots of realization, like, oo, magiging doctor ka, magiging successful um, architect ka, magiging successful teacher, engineer. Pero, that doesn't like, ako, that personally, that won't fulfill my satisfaction. Like, for example, baka, pagdating ko ng 40 years old, tatama rin ako maging architect. Parang ganun yung naiisip ko. Baka, ay, mag, mag, maghahanap ako ng something na makakasatisfied sa
Yeah.
akin. Parang ganun. May change of mind. Parang ganun. So, parang, kung hindi ka maging successful architect or baka tamarin ka in the future, parang yung alternative na is mag-businessman ka, di ba? Kasi marami akong naririnig na hindi ka yaman pag naging teacher ka. Parang gano'n. So, parang alternative siya yung business. So, nung pumasok ako ng college, madami na akong naririnig na parang, sige, pag matanda na ako, mga 50 ako, magsa-stop na ako maging doctor, tapos focus na ako sa business. Tapos hanggang naging, parang naging, na siya, parang usapan na siya ngayon. Parang, okay, kailangan ko na mag-save na pera, kahit engineer ako, para after ko mag-graduate yung business ako, it's either if fulfill ko yung engineering or maging businessman ako. Parang ganun ba? Same as same din dun sa mga hindi nakapagtapos ng school, di ba? Parang, wala silang college degree, pero they are very successful kasi nga, ayun, yung business sila, di ba? Yun lang yung napansin ko.
And yeah, parang we have been so resourceful sa anong meron sa atin. Kasi ang dami ding sa mga peers natin na they're already starting mga startup business nila na malaliit at a very young age. And may iba nagsasell ng t-shirts, creating fan accounts. Even fan accounts is already like a business thing because you're already handling someone's parang business and pinopromote mo din. That's already business itself and you're helping. And even just creating content, anything. Content creation is also business. It's already an investment to ourselves. That's business. Art is business. People who sell candy in the stores, in classrooms is business. And ang dami ng times na people already showcase their abilities to do so, even just like convincing other people to do this, do that. Parang you're already persuasive in what you can tell other people to do, and it may be a good thing, it might be a bad thing, but it's a good thing in business wise because you know how to talk your way into people and doing like all other, like to purchase your products and such. And na overlook lang yung mga abilities na yan and thinking that we're not business minded kasi porket we're not wearing suits, we're not in Wall Street, we're not in Makati, city-wise, very tall towers, may sariling office, may sariling table and such like that. You don't really need those to become a businessman or an entrepreneur. And our entrepreneurship skills is very evident. Always, constantly, in each and every one. Not really everyone, but even glimpses is seen. And we're going to the last one, the last fact. I guess masabi natin fact. Gen Z are smarter
Ooh.
in the past generations.
Oh. Aha.
Yes.
My one
Question
brain
ba?
cell
Is,
is
debate,
crying.
go,
Debatable.
debate. I want to see a debate. What can you see?
It's a
What
debatable.
what can you say about this? Is Gen Z smarter than the past generation?
I think I'm not in that part. Ay, charge lang.
Exposed.
Ako, I don't agree with smarter na word. I guess, mas
Mm-mm.
more educated. I mean, are more privileged when it comes to
Yes.
information.
Yes.
Yung
Mm.
mga Gen Z.
I agree
Siguro
with
yun.
that.
Pero, but that, pero kung tutuusin, that would make them smarter. That would make
Oh,
us
actually,
smarter.
Oo
totoo
nga.
yun.
Yeah.
Pero pag, sige.
Go.
Yeah,
Pero,
yun yung point. Pero pag
I
smarter din
think
naman
ano
siya,
siya eh.
punta lang din naman
Ano
yun.
rin eh. Parang, ang, pwedeng maging smarter, pero, pwede rin hindi. Dahil, maraming, mga bata ngayon na nahuhumaling nga sa social media, and I think kung meron talaga pinanganak lalo na ngayon pag talagang parehas na matalino yung parents mo, pwedeng may possibility na mas magiging matalino kayo, pero kung hindi siya hindi lang siya hindi lang siya basta matalino ka, kailangan mong dagdagan pa yun. Like, kailangan mo i-practice. Yun yung sinasabi yan yung sinasabi sa amin nila daddy. And,
Mm.
yun yung maling hindi ko nagawa. I think, sabi nga nila, matalino. Like, ako, sabi nila, noon yung sinasabi nila sa akin. Like, mas mabilis ako mag-solve kay ate sa math. Pero hindi ko naman hindi naman ako nag-practice eh.
Hindi mo
So,
ni-utilize.
like, hanggang ngayon, nahirapan ako sa like geometry like that. Hindi ko kayang gawin yan. But, I think, yun nga yung, yung debate na is, pwedeng maging smarter. Dahil nga, may internet na madaling makakalap na information. But,
Mm.
sometimes, because of internet also, hindi na utilize yung pagiging, yung dapat smart, yung pagiging knowledgeable ng mga tao sa generation natin, and napapabayaan nila minsan yung pag-aaral nila. So that's the two factors I think na pwede mo masabi na magba-back up doon sa na yun, trait na yun.
For me naman, very...
Yeah. That's a good argument.
Yeah.
That's a very good argument.
For
Like-
me naman, I think, yung online class, we're not smart.
Oh, I think
It's a fact,
this
though.
time.
I guess we're
It's-
trying
I-
we're
you know what, I
trying we're
think lahat.
trying
Like,
Hindi,
even our profs, they're not even happy. They're not even happy teaching like this. They don't know how to teach.
Itong
in this time.
online class is just parang we're trying to get by.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're really trying to get by. Parang ginagawa na natin just for the sake na kailangan natin gawin.
True.
You know?
But when it
Nahihirapan
comes
kasi
kasi
tayo.
to learning something, kasi actually tong generation natin, we're very hungry into learning something new. I feel like pag there's an opportunity to learn, we will grab it. And and parang we're risk takers na actually din. Kasi parang
Yeah.
we don't actually, ito ba, another misconception din kasi for us is that we're selfish in a way na parang inuna natin yung self natin. But in reality, it's just, we know our worth na parang if we, honestly, but marami tayong platforms na talaga, like ready na yung internet, maraming information sa internet na very open na for us to learn. And I think that's one of the very like important and yung advantage ng generation natin. It's because every information is like everything's there na. Nakahanda na siya and everything. Gagawin na lang natin is magsa-search tayo, magbabasa tayo, and yeah, I think that's our edge for the other generations. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I want to add to that information thingy, Majigs. Kasi before they don't have what we have right now. So I think in their perspective, of course, like we're smarter in a sense na we know technology more. Kasi they don't know how to do these things anymore, and we know all of them because this is our forte. This is our generation. So
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah,
We're
that's a solid.
smarter.
That's a solid
Yeah,
argument.
we're smarter in a sense with technology. We're what do you call that? That literate media literacy, something like that. We're more
Mm.
media literate. We're more aware with things, yung sinabi nga ni Kuya Joy na we're more educated with things now that hindi na tackle before, and we're very open with the world around us, unlike before na it was only like just locally, and
Mm.
they don't see like the other countries, parang kung ano nangyayari doon. And now, because of like yun nga, our technology, it's we're smarter and aware in a sense that we know what's going on more about the world now.
Yeah, yeah. Nag-open yung brain ko sa sinabi mo. Oh, that's a really good
Paano
argument
open?
kasi
Paano
parang
open ang brain?
it's
Naging
a
open-minded
very
siya.
solid kasi parang to think of it, tama yung, sobrang tama kasi we in this generation know ano yung mga bagay, ano yung alam natin yung technology in which nasasabi natin we're smarter because we know how to handle these things. Even
Yeah.
yung mas mga bata kasi mas marunong sila mag-iPad sa ibang mas matanda. So we think that they're smarter and more access to information. But when we look at different aspects like survival survival things,
Survival things.
Oh God.
engineering, um
R.I.P.
sa like 9 times out of 10 for sure hindi makakasurvive yung Gen Z sa wild.
We'll all die.
For for sure.
Honestly,
For sure. Big
actually, choose
like
natin
Ikaw
mag-die,
susurvive.
hindi lumaban.
bigyan mo ng bigyan mo ng survival kit yung normie and lagyan mo siya sa loob na middle of the forest. 9 times out of 10 hindi siya makalabas doon. He or she or they wouldn't know what to do
Yeah.
or paano gagamitin. Kasi we're super dependent in technology.
Yeah.
And to think of it, when we compare ourselves to mga, like for example, people who know yun nga, people who know survival instincts, they're smarter than us in that aspect. We're smarter in this aspect.
Mm-mm.
So we're not really the generation we have is not smarter in all aspects. We're smarter in tech wise.
Thank you.
But and other people, they're smarter in those aspects. They're smarter in war, they're smarter in survival, they're smarter in how to cook, how to cut things, how to tie a knot. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. And in this generation, clearly is more knowledgeable in how to what are the workarounds in tech. Yeah. Yeah.
I th-
And
I think I'll add to that. Ay,
and
Nagsasabay itong dalawa.
sige, kayo po. Kayo po muna. Sige.
come to think of it, dati they are relying on what their eyes can see sa surroundings nila, kung ano lang yung meron sila, yun yung magagamit nila. Sample, yung library. Sino pa yung gumagamit sa atin ng library? Di ba no? Sa generation natin wala. Sa dyan na lang na aspect, using the library, looking for books. Sila, they have to like go sa downtown or somewhere kung saan may library para mag-research, para kung wala kang encyclopedia, kung hindi kayo mayaman. So parang pupunta ka pa ng library para just to know this specific word or specific titles or story or ganun. Ngayon, we got everything. We got internet. Parang ganun. It's an advantage siguro sa atin when it comes to, sabi ni Aya, when it comes to technology. Advantage natin yun. Yeah, yun lang.
So, I like to add dun kay Inigo. Like, I just had a thought na I think we are smarter. But, our older generations is wiser than us. Kasi nga dahil
Yes.
mas matagal na silang nabuhay sa atin,
Yes.
and they already experience what we are experiencing right now. Mas marami silang bagay na mas alam kaysa sa atin. We can also, we know I think we can, because of internet, we know stuff, we know about this, we know about that, but life's lessons, values, or things that cannot be teach, yung hindi mo mahanap sa internet, like it's all
Mm.
based on experience. Ano sila doon, mas wise sila doon, and that's, I think, something na kailangan nating i-look up to sa kanila. And I think it's kailangan, if they pwede tayo magtulungan, because
Mm.
sometimes our parents also want to be involved with us. They also want
Mm.
they will also want to be curious about what we are doing, what are we using, what we are uh, doing in our phones, our computers. So, in that aspect, siguro kailangan matuto tayong magturo. Matuto tayong magpaano sa kanila. Because they have lessons, and they have values that you cannot gain anywhere else. Yeah, that's my point.
We can all learn something from everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yun nga, parang na-baffled ako, na-kerfuffled yung mind ko. Kasi yun
Kerfuffled.
yung sinabi.
I haven't heard that word in a
Na-kerfuffled.
long time.
Kerfuffled. Yeah.
Kasi ang lupit ng point. Yun yung sinabi. And to think of it, back then, to think of it, we are the nerds of this human race. Ngayon. We're the nerd
Yeah.
generation. We're the geeks, the nerds, mga techie lords, and everything like that. And it's weird to see na parang we evolved to be more than that. We evolved to be more than being the nerds and such.
Mm-mm.
But yeah,
Hmm.
amazing
Amazing Gen Z.
realization.
The amazing Generation Z.
Yes.
Mm.
I love to be Gen
Yeah.
Z, honestly.
Amazing.
Bunch of crackheads, but damn, we're smart.
Facts.
I like that, crackheads.
But yeah, I guess that's pretty much all we can talk about. Since if we talk about each and every misunderstood trait of the Gen Z, will take a while. And so, yeah, what after all what we've talked about, what do you guys want to say?
For like Gen
Learnings.
Zs or something.
Yeah. I get advice,
Ah.
learning.
On your
What can you say?
advice. I should say, use your um, use your skills, or your if you're technology literate tayo, you use that as an advantage. We don't use it as to take advantage to someone. Parang let's be responsible. At alam natin yung ginagawa natin when it comes to social medias, sa online world, and probably that. Parang dapat i-use natin as parang meaningful siya, resourceful yung technology. Huwag natin siya gamitin for masama.
Yeah.
My advice naman on this generation, on our generation, is to use your platforms wisely. Kasi, we're here na nga. Parang we have all the abilities and the platforms to use to educate people, even yung mga boomers nating parents, ganyan. Let's be patient on educating them, and as well as be careful then when we speak, and parang love yourself. Kasi I noticed sa generation natin, we kind of lack of self-love din sometimes kasi very tayo for other people, very empathic din tayo. So, I guess, yes, just use your platforms wisely, educate people carefully and patiently, patiently. And yeah, love yourself more than other people, more than, parang i-prioritize mo to love yourself more than others' opinions. Yeah, that's it.
Mm. Ang ganda yung sinabi ni Abs na yun lang yung I think I want to add is sometimes kasi sumasobra na tayo sa social medias and stuff. We should learn to minimize, or I think restrain ourselves from saying or posting something that will really uh like bother a lot of people and start toxic commenting like that. And I think also maging aware, and it's okay to be but curious and stuff, but we need to be aware of the limits that we have, since we are not the only ones using the internet and stuff. So
Mm.
there are a lot of people with na magiging against rin sa'yo. So just be mindful of everything that you are doing inside the internet.
Yeah.
I have
Go.
nothing else to add, pero like, ano lang. Same with Abby Joyce. Use your platform well kasi we're basically like spoon-fed now with all these information. And with this, what we have right now, we must use it for the better. Kasi nga with all these myths na mali, like towards us, I guess we should be more emphatic nga and be more aware, educated, and respectful towards other people then. I know.
I guess what I can say is don't waste the opportunity. Don't waste every opportunity that we have because we're filled with technology possibilities that we can use, we could utilize, and we could take over. And yeah, don't try to waste every opportunity that you have and that arrives. And if it's not for you, then it's okay. Don't stop grinding. The opportunity will avail itself if you put in the right work. And so yeah, that's the end of the podcast. If you reached this far, I appreciate it. We appreciate it so much. And
Yeah.
we hope
If you
yeah,
reach this far, you are
yeah,
wonderful.
you're wonderful. You are special. And I hope you enjoyed the episode in each and every part of it. I hope that whatever you're planning to do in life, I wish and hope for success. And yeah, follow us in our social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, at Superlunary_hub. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Superlunary. Also follow our what do you call this? Our audio podcast, Spotify.
Stream it on Spotify, on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, everywhere.
And yeah, so many more. And of course, we're gonna link it in the description, each and every part of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys have a great day. This is us, the Superlunary team, signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you. Thank you. And goodbye. See you later.
Down, yeah. I've been feeling so